This is the metagun. The metagun heals people. It's a pretty simple idea. But what a lot of people don't know is that there's a deeper cosmic mechanic to the metagun that can make or break games, being the difference between healing your teammates in the blink of an eye or slower than grandma's toolbar-encrusted Internet Explorer browser. What am I talking about? Crit heals, of course! And before anyone gets confused, this is not your random kind of crits. You don't suddenly heal 6 times faster like you hit the health pack lottery. No, unlike random crits, crit heals are achieved through a much more legitimate method, one that doesn't make every tryhard bitch and moan about how much bullshit it is. Basically, crit heals are the healing rates of players relative to how long ago they had been damaged. In other words, the more you keep your fingers out of the cut, the faster it heals. The principle's the same here, minus the fingering, of course. This in-game mechanic is just as important as smell is when cracking a nasty in a car, and any good medic knows this by heart inside and out, and inside. Let's take a look at how this works and, more importantly, how to use this to your advantage. Crit healing rates increase the amount of time since the healing target had been shot. The idea being that the longer you go without being JFK'd by somebody, the faster you'll be healed, allowing for teammates to receive quick initial buffs to push out, replenish your teammates' health after a firefight, and to limit the healing rate when under fire so damage isn't always completely negated by the healing, but that's just a Valve thing, you don't have to worry about that. The point is, crit heals are here to encourage your team to time things and take cover to replenish their health, even though that rarely ever works on a public match. Crit healing rates run as such. From the first point of being damaged, the metagun fills you with juice at 24 health per second, and this includes what you're currently being shot at. After approximately 13 seconds of being injured, the rate jumps up to double the previous rate of 24 to 48 health points per second. Once the patient has stayed out of fire for 15 seconds, the rate adds another 24 health points to it, healing the metagun's max rate of 72 health points per second. Obviously, the quick fix has a different set of numbers, healing at 33 health points per second initially and 66 after the 13 seconds, and then 100 after the full 15. To demonstrate how this works, we jump in game. We used a server plugin to do the right amount of damage in order to test this, and I gotta say, it was really fun being able to bitch slap my friend so hard he got airtime. Just so you know, this game does not count the slap mechanic against the crit heal timer. This is the healing rate within 10 seconds of being injured. Ta-da! 24 health per second, as I said. Now compare that to someone who had gone the entire round without receiving damage. Look at that, healing like a dog with Cesar Millan, 72 health per secundo. It's beautiful. Now, that's all well and good, but how do you use this to your advantage? This has much more pronounced effect on competitive matches, which I'll get into later, but basically for pubs, it's for anyone to keep in mind. If you're hurt and there's no medic around yet, build up the crit heal so when the medic finally does arrive, he's not healing you forever. This is why it's important for soldiers and demos not to do unnecessary explosive jumps to health packs when a medic's on the way, because I know you guys like to show off. That absolutely ruins the crit heal timer, and it'll take longer for you to be healed once the medic's there. Another advantage in pubs is for the medic to have enough time to buff everyone at the start of the game. Once the round's about to begin, the medic can easily spread his heals around like a white girl's ethnicity. With 72 health points per second, you can get a max buff in a heartbreak. Again, looking at you demos and soldiers, if the round's just starting, don't do any sort of jumping before you get the buff, otherwise the medic's gonna be on your tail forever. However, the key point in crit heals is that if a teammate retreats for healing and you're busy keeping someone taking heavy fire on his feet, you can ignore the retreating whiner for a short period of time. As long as that person stays out of harm's way, when you're done with a patient taking it up the beehole, you can dish out the health twice, maybe even 3 times as fast compared to starting to heal him right off the bat, and on the bright side, you have that other patient alive. Meanwhile, in competitive, this mechanic plays a much more crucial role. The primary advantage it has is allowing the medic to heal or overheal the other more subtle classes quickly, while being able to spend more time on keeping the bullet magnets alive. My favorite use for crit heals is fully buffing the sniper in Highlander. I love me a beefed up sniper, and because he doesn't take damage quite as often, it only takes a second. With that buff, he can probably survive the enemy sniper's headshot encounter with a lethal dose of booyah. The same goes for the engineer on defense, but I prioritize buffing the sniper always. In sixes, however, crit heals are a wonderful thing. Not only does it give you the chance to heal your teammates faster, but it helps your team get to the front lines much quicker. You buff the demo so he can sticky jump to the front line. You heal the pocket soldier so he can rocket jump. Meanwhile, the roamer damages himself and runs with the equalizer out just to be as fast as everybody else. By the time you get to where the action is, the crit heals will have built up so the equalizer soldier can get health back in an instant. Same with the scouts who desperately need the buffs right off the gate. And of course, crit heals can help you buff somebody the moment they spawn and join the fight. That way your heals are distributed accordingly to who needs it more than Jack Black needs a haircut and a Bowflex. Well, my friends, my name is ArraySeven, and this has been an infomercial on the hidden mechanic of the Metagun critical healing rates. I hope you all have a wonderfully handsome rest of your day, and I wish you all the greatest luck in your future medic endeavors.
I'm the invincible, undefeated champion. Mount Zion's my ancestors can't rely on. Star of David, nah, the thought of stardom. Martyrdom and done crumbs left to the dumb thumb. To this play button, glutton of words. Mutton, birds of fly to fly to you, dropping turds. Hopping up on ignorance to feel how your mighty pop up the real. Dance the visual, cry to deity. Pious piety might be.